Hi, Team Towers. This is a quick update for you. Today is Wednesday, January the 25th. We are expecting some inclement weather this afternoon, so our leadership has decided to call the day beginning at 1 p.m. All non essential staffers can go home early. Any essential staffers scheduled will be eligible for time and a half up until 11:59 p.m. tonight. Be safe coming and going. And while you are here this evening, please make sure to check the boiler room every hour or so to make sure that we stay dry tonight. Ryan put the pumps in there just in case. Frazier and Carter, it would be very generous of you guys to set the pumps up for Safira and Shanice, just in case there is some flooding around the 2:20 a.m. high tide time early tomorrow morning. Next, I wanted to share with you all that one of our Towers family has suffered a loss. Gene's longtime love passed away sadly last night. He will be taking some bereavement time. He was already taking some planned time off for his birthday, which is tomorrow. So please, let's all keep him in our thoughts and our hearts and our prayers. Some quick housekeeping notes. Hospital lists. I have 2 points to make about the hospital list. Number one, I was doing some rounds today. The kitchen delivered food to Larry Wordlaw in 1305 today, but he's not home. He's in the hospital. Please, please, please remember, when someone goes out, it's the responsibility of the writer of the incident report to make sure that the resident is placed on the hospital list. Then that the runner heads up and places an H in the mailbox outside his door. Number two, rarely will you see that the resident is going to come back to the desk and say to you, "Hey, I'm back from the hospital from that time. You remember when I fell and you saw me at my worst?" The morning wellness checks are the only time that this is your opportunity to make sure if someone is back from the hospital or not, unless you see them randomly. So it's really super important that just because you see somebody on that's on the hospital list, unless you know absolutely for a fact that they're not home, checking them off because they're on the hospital list off of your wellness check is not necessarily the best thing to do. So we need to make sure that just because somebody's on the hospital list, that we're checking on them anyway. And here's why. What if there is a pipe break in their apartment? Or what if something flew into the window and broke the window and now there's water coming in through the window? Or more importantly, what if the resident returned in the middle of the night and no one noticed that they returned in the middle of the night, and now they're maybe have gone unconscious or they're sick and they passed out and they're unconscious on the floor, but nobody knew that they had returned from the hospital. These are the things that you have to think about and be one step ahead of. Or what if by chance someone wandered in off the street and somehow got into apartment 155, Patty Kay's apartment, who's in rehab and has been for over a year now? It sounds impossible, but these things absolutely can happen. And it's our obligation to make sure that we're checking every apartment all the time, even apartments that we assume are unoccupied, because you never know. Moving on. Construction demo is upon us, and I would say that we have about a week and a half of normal life before things really begin to look different around here. If you've never been through a construction project before, buckle up and get ready to be challenged daily. If you have, well, here we go. And you remember what it was like dealing with the construction of the building across the street? Well, triple that, because this is a remodel. And there are several different subcontractors that will be working within a few different phases. So put on your patience pants and get ready to smile and nod a lot. And remember, anything with a timeline can be endured. And this has been your FDO Spotlight for Wednesday, January 25th. You guys have a great day. Bye, y'all.